So we have a little bit of drama happening. Different people want different things from me. Yeah.
I'm looking for a second wife over here, but
Assalamu alaikum. It's another day in the life, and it's been a very, very eventful morning. So what was supposed to happen was to actually spend some time drafting some content. I spend 4 to 5 hours every week writing, drafting, researching, reviewing content. Then I was supposed to wake up my son, feed him breakfast, drop him off to nursery. Then I had a 10 a.m. coffee with my mom, but that did not happen. What happened instead was I was drafting the content after Fajr, and then suddenly got a call from a friend from South Africa, and that basically delayed me massively. So then I had to figure out, how do I still feed my son, drop him to nursery, and still make breakfast with my mom. So what I decided to do instead is bring my son with me to the coffee with mom, and now we're here. I'm about 30 minutes behind schedule, but this is part and parcel. I'm sure you guys have days like this where things don't go to plan. About 3 months ago, I started having a regular coffee with my mom. But since I've had my son, and this is something a lot of guys might be able to relate with, whenever we go to my mom's house, he's the star of the show, and we don't get that one-to-one time that we used to before. So I thought to myself, I've got all of these meetings, regular catch-ups in my week with all of these people that I work with. Where's the space for my mom? What helps me a lot is always thinking, what will I regret if my time ends soon? Will I regret not making that extra video, or not having that extra meeting, or not doing that extra deal? Or will I regret not spending enough time with my loved ones? I thought I'd share that because it's an important, many entrepreneurs can relate to this. Business can keep you very, very busy. Then on top of that, you're trying to fit family, stuff with your kids, parents, relatives, gym. I'm in that journey with you, and I hope that we can share tips with each other and hopefully figure out how to achieve that sweet balance. But now, let's get to the office. I'm supposed to be catching up with my executive assistant. After that, there's another 3 or 4 meetings. So it's gonna be a very, very busy day today. And I'm gonna show you, inshallah, various different aspects of my day that all relate to one objective, which is helping Muslims level up in business. Let's go.
yeah, I'll be on camera today, so
Yeah.
I'm looking for a second wife over here.
I've got a few people waiting on me now for a meeting. As soon as I'm bang those out,
Yeah.
I'll come to you, bro. Yeah. Katu, sorry, I'm running a little bit behind schedule today.
It's fine. It's okay. It's not sure. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, it's been a bit hectic. Inshallah, you'll see what I've been up to on the vlog. We're doing another vlog today. So that was a quick catch-up, weekly catch-up with my executive assistant. Now it sounds weird to say that I have an executive assistant, but really, truly, I just needed help managing all my inboxes. A lot of people were getting upset with me because I wasn't able to respond and I was missing a lot of stuff. Now I am responsive. I am seeing opportunities that are sent to me. I'm not missing them. And at the same time, alhamdulillah, we're providing someone with income, and that someone is, mashallah, a sister from South Africa. Mashallah, she has 3 kids. She gets to work from home, so it's amazing. And that's the beauty of business, that we can actually bring people on and make a difference in their life as well, whilst benefiting from their contributions. I've got to catch up with my head coach, Brother Adil. As you guys know, I have an academy where we teach property to Muslims. He is my head coach. He does a lot of the coaching, a lot of the answering questions, reviewing deals. And I'm going to do a quick catch up with him as well right now, inshallah. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How you doing, bro?
Alhamdulillah, not too bad. Can you hear me? The reception in this country is awful, bro.
What country are you in, bro?
I'm in Wales. Honestly, as soon as you enter over that little border, the reception, everything just goes bad.
It's because it's a lot of nature out there, bro. It's not like where we live, mashallah. There's a lot of good nature, a lot of open space, a lot of clean air, alhamdulillah. I won't keep you long today. I just wanted to quickly touch base on I think predominantly the CRM situation, and other than that, there's nothing else really urgent.
We will hopefully be back tomorrow night, inshallah, I hope. So, like Thursday, I'm just going to put my foot down on everything I need to chase up, and he's going to be put here, bro. Thank you so much.
Barakallah
I'll speak to you
fikum.
soon. Have a great day, inshallah.
Barakallah fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
MashaAllah, so that was a quick catch up, 20-minute catch up with my head coach. Now, he is helping me to look after, I would say we're close to 100 mentees and partners. We call them partners now because we have a very interesting hybrid franchise model where we're trying to take our brand all across the UK, and we're doing so by working with brothers and sisters in specific cities. We help them get the property deals. We provide the makeover service to get the properties done up nicely. So there's a lot of things that are going on, mashallah. You may or may not be aware of this, but the academy, this property academy has been a key part of my life for the last 2.5 years, mashallah. It's not just the mentoring and then giving resources, but it's also the ongoing coaching. On a live call every Sunday, and I did that consecutively for 137 weeks. Only recently have I asked my head coach to take over. And by the way, the head coach, who is he? He's someone who was on my program, became financially independent in 6 months. He got to £2,500 from property profit, not revenue or rent, profit. And again, this is linked to what I was saying earlier. How do we help Muslims level up in business? This property academy is one of the main ways I try to do so. Of course, I'm now also doing a lot of content. We're doing yesterday, I was on a podcast. So being on a podcast is interesting because firstly, you're supporting whoever the host is by being a guest and providing the content. But secondly, the content itself, whoever consumes it, they might also benefit. Everything in my day, and you guys will see this today, everything in my day links back to the same goal. And it's a goal that means a lot to me. And it's a goal that I hope is something that pleases my Lord, inshallah. So we have a little bit of drama happening. As I mentioned, probably 100 plus messages a day. It's impossible for me to stay on top. So I do have help now, but even then, there's people who get upset because they didn't get a response from me. So we have someone here, let's cover his name, that I had no response from your end. I don't know if you even get to see this message. So it's impossible to please everyone. But the truth is, this person, I think, was interested in my live presentation that I do twice a month. And there's 200 or 300 people registering you for it, and they didn't have a problem. If you had a problem, maybe you missed the link, maybe you didn't put in your email properly, and now he's taking the frustration out. So what I do with that is, first and foremost, apologize, and secondly, let him know, my brother, there's 400 people that message me about this event every single fortnight. And by the way, how he reacts with me and how he speaks with me is also an indication, do I want someone like that in my academy? This is part of my day, is literally different people want different things from me at the same time. So I just have to constantly try and figure out who do I go to and when. I believe there's also a team meeting happening. Let's have a quick peek, yeah? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Say hello to my family over here. Sorry to disturb. So how can I help, bro?
Good news.
You got news?
Good news.
What's the good news, bro?
You may have found the day in the life editor.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Potentially.
Anyone watching this, we're on the hunt
Yes.
for good editors. short form, long form, vlogs, and you can be part of something wonderful, inshallah. So let me show you something else. Can we just show them what goes on behind? So you guys just see the content, but what you don't see is what's behind the machine, right? That is basically where it all happens, and we track everything. These are every single individual piece of content planned. We keep track of it. Huge amount of stuff going on. You know, if you want to produce high quality content, first and foremost, there needs to be a strategy behind it. There needs to be a goal behind it. And then you need the team, the skills, and the drive and dedication to go with it. I'm through my morning chunk of catch-ups and meetings. We now have about 20 minutes before we go for Dhuhr. I'm gonna have lunch with my media team. Then the next thing, very interesting, I have a hot seat session at 6 p.m. This is a one-to-one high impact coaching session that I offer to the members of my community. I have a community called Elite Baraka Circle to try and figure out how to take their business to the next level. So my job in these hot seat sessions is to analyze, just like a doctor, diagnose what the problem is. You are here, you're trying to go there. What is stopping you? And then I need to basically dip into my cabinet of medicines and pick what's going to help them the most. And it's amazing to be able to do that for someone. And again, for me, I experienced this type of breakthroughs from spending thousands and thousands of pounds and dollars for high-level coaching, mentorship programs, masterminds, all of that stuff. I'm trying to provide it for free to members of my community. This is in line with the overall goal. How do we help Muslim entrepreneurs and Muslims level up your business?
Look after yourself, bro. I'll see you around. Yeah?
23 years young. We're overflowing at the seams. Literally, there's not enough space for.
The hot seat.
No, it's not. Okay.
To make them cold.
Are you ready for the script? What's the topic today? We alhamdulillah make dua. We need an office, man. We need a bigger office. We need a bigger space. Yeah, guys. Anyone knows of a good office in Gantil, big enough for 15, 20 people, inshallah? Here's a guy selling sweets on TikTok. Yeah. 269 people are watching him right now. Mr. Roman, my main man. Everyone's my main man. What's happening?
Doesn't feel special.
Everything good, yeah? How's preps going for the wedding?
We've got like 5 people.
Come boys, let's go pray, inshallah. Let's go. So we're just having a quick lunch. We don't do this often, but every now and again it's really important to come up for lunch with the team. So we had lunch with the content team, and like a bunch of geeks, we've been speaking about click-through rates and thumbnail optimization and all of this stuff. But yeah, we're gonna run back to the office, got a couple of meetings, and I'm gonna start getting ready for my hot seat coaching session this evening, inshallah. So Rakib is going on holiday tomorrow, and he just said that he's actually not even looking forward to it because there's so much to do and there's so many exciting things happening. He can't be bothered going on holiday. For most people, subhanAllah, is the opposite. That people go to work and they're dreaming about the next break, the next holiday, the next bank holiday. And subhanAllah, to be in a position where you love your work so much and you enjoy it so much that you don't need to go on holiday. You don't even look forward to going on holiday. It's a real privilege. But to get there, you have to be courageous. You have to be willing to take the difficult path. It is possible to find work that you love, to do well financially, and to make an impact and make a contribution. We now have our content catch-up, 3 p.m. And usually that involves reviewing any recently edited videos. It involves discussing what's going well, what's not going so well. So we're just gonna do that for the next half an hour, inshallah. We need a special course on how to bring barakah in business.
Habibi, Jazakallah for your
Barakallah
time.
fikum.
And,
Absolute pleasure.
I'll be waiting to hear from you, inshallah.
I'll be in touch. I'll be in touch, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oof, MashaAllah, that was amazing. This is the power of social media.
Did you find it on socials, yeah?
Yeah, he just messaged me on Instagram. A brother who messaged me and he said, we have the biggest portfolio of HMOs in Birmingham and I have an idea that I want to discuss with you. I was like, yeah, sure, let's jump on a call. Supposed to be 15 minutes. We spoke for an hour and 10. Alhamdulillah. So it's about 5:36 right now. I have 20 minutes before my live hot seat coaching with a member of our community. I need a coffee. It's been a full-on day, and then slowly prepare myself to do this hot seat thing, because it's actually takes a lot of energy to really listen to someone and figure out what probing questions to ask. What is the best question that you can ask at this stage? Hopefully you'll get to catch a little bit of that, but I'm gonna run and grab a coffee now. I asked in my community, how do you understand and define barakah? MashaAllah, one brother said, barakah is a special blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that brings more goodness and benefit than expected. It happens when we have pure intentions and do good deeds. Barakah can make our time, money, health and efforts more fruitful and satisfying. This is the whole point of me trying to have a community, because there isn't anyone who's talking about these topics, and what's been mentioned here is what we should all be trying to maximize. How do you maximize the barakah in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in your time, in your money? I'm hoping to write more content around this and to actually deliver a course on this soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me okay? It's an absolute pleasure to be able to do this session with you, because you are doing some phenomenal work. If I was to ask you, out of all of the sisters you've helped so far, how many had healing and are willing to give you a testimonial, what number would that be?
I mean, all of them had healing. As many of who would be willing to actually get on a video and say something is a whole different story.
Okay.
Basically, they've all their testimonials on my website in terms of written
I've seen quite a lot. Mashallah.
I'm working on getting some of them on a video.
Yeah, video is sometimes difficult. You might need to incentivize them a little bit, and with maybe like an Amazon voucher or something. But written is enough. Written is enough, and what you can do also is, and we'll talk about your funnel in a little bit later. Because that's a whole other conversation, but even having like the case study, that this is a sister, this is what she went through, this is what we specifically what she benefited from in my program, and this is what she had to say. We don't need a video. We might just need a picture to show that she's a human being, a genuine human being, and that's really it. Because that's social proof that people are benefiting from your stuff, and I'm sure that credibility is already there because a lot of sisters are already benefiting from your content, and that is the beauty of content. And inshallah, what will happen with you is, as you continue making this content, clients, we in the business world we call them clients and leads, they will just keep coming to you. They'll just keep coming, and then your job is just going to be picking who's the best fit for your program. So I'm going to ask you that question back, which is, if you had 200 calls booked in, sales calls booked in right now, how would you deal with that? And canceling them is not an option.
I wouldn't be honest.
You
I
wouldn't,
would
okay.
figure
But
out a way to get this done without sales calls if that was the case.
okay, yeah, so that's an option. That is absolutely an option. Is can we do it? Can we design the funnel where there's no need of a sales call? And to be honest, for a product which is less than $3,000, a sales call may not even be needed. What you might need is a very powerful experience that you deliver. I'm not talking about a webinar like a lot of people do. They do a quick webinar and do a sales pitch. I think those days are over. I do a live 4-hour experience with people every 2 weeks, and I could my program is a little bit more expensive. It's like 20,000, but if it was 3,000, I'm pretty sure that at the end of the 4 hours, if I gave the link, they would buy. I wouldn't even have to ask. So we need to test whether it's possible to onboard people without sales calls. But there is another solution to this, which is the same thing as what we mentioned before, deploying some leverage.
Sales team, is that what you're talking about?
Exactly. And I'll tell you something. I used to have the same problem, which is I thought I had to do all of the sales calls. I thought no one else can do this better than me. How will they be able to do it better than me? No, it makes no sense for someone else to be able to do it better than me. But a point came where because of all of the sales calls, I wasn't able to give my best self to my existing coaches. And that's when I realized, no, something needs to happen. And that's when through mentoring, I then brought on my first closer. So this is someone who has been trained on how to close, and they do the closing. And let me tell you what, their closing rate is higher than mine.
Already.
Do you know why? Do you know why? It's because they are a professional closer. I'm not. I'm a coach. I love to teach. I love to help. I love to listen. The closing is a skill. And there's definitely people out there who can do it better than us because they've been doing it for like 5 years. All they do is close. Third thing I would advise you is to start thinking about how do we automate the sales process. The easiest thing straight away would be to find a closer, which is actually not difficult. There's a lot of Muslim closers out there. And I'm not sure actually what your how you do the closing, if you have a specific script or if it's literally just like a conversation and then you invite them to join. You can just train them to do what you do, or we just bring a professional closer and you just give them 10% of everything that they close. And that could even be someone from your existing cohorts who wants to help you, who can be. My closer, by the way, he's in my program and he's one of my top mentees. And so imagine somebody who's found success through my program is the person who everybody gets to speak to if they're interested to join the program. He is living proof that my program works and that he can answer every question because he's been through it. And he's also trained as a closer in terms of knowing what to ask, knowing how to handle objections, how to redirect certain questions, to all of those things. So consider having a closer. So by year 2, you should not be doing any sales calls. Your job eventually should be content and top 20% coaching. That's it. Do you have any questions for me?
I do. I have 2.
Let's go.
So the first would be around pricing.
Yes.
And how you would advise going about this. I'm very bad at this because I'm in my coaching group, the business coaching group with Sawash, who I
You're in very good hands, mashallah. He's a good friend of mine. You're in very, very good hands, mashallah.
But like I run across people who charge maybe triple what I charge, and I'm like, wait a minute, should I be doing that? But then are people going to actually be willing to pay? And how do you go about this? And subhanAllah, I don't. I find myself having a lot of mental blocks around that. So that's question number one. Then question number two is just in the sense of like organic versus paid marketing, navigating that. This has been basically almost all organic, alhamdulillah,
Yes.
in terms of what I've been able to reach. But to expand it to hundreds of women, 1,000 women by year 5,
Mashallah.
I don't, organic is just less predictable.
Yes, no, got it. So in terms of pricing, we all, especially community people like myself and yourself, who just want to help, we find this a little bit tricky because we just want to help everyone, and we feel like the price sometimes is an obstacle.
I've loved the increase in price because the quality of women that come
Exactly,
through is much
exactly,
higher, who are
exactly.
willing to put their time in
Exactly.
versus showing up late and da da da. So
Exactly.
it's just how high to go
Yes.
is like, where do you cap
So,
off?
so that was the breakthrough that I learned the hard way. Is actually the higher you
pay.
charge, the more you can help them because they have more skin in the game and they're more serious. They're more
People who
serious.
don't pay attention.
Absolutely. But the question then is, what if somebody wants to pay, they just can't find $10,000 to give you, right? So I reckon you should keep increasing your price every 2 cohorts, or maybe even every cohort. So it's 2,700 now. The next cohort should be $3,000. The one after that should be 3,500, and keep going until you feel like, okay, we're now maybe reaching the stage where it's now $9,500 and there's quite a few people who would have been perfect for it, but they just couldn't get the money together. Then we can probably find some sort of a solution where you can maybe have some scholarships, specific discounted places for specific women who tick all of the boxes you're looking for in terms of seriousness and dedication, but they just can't get the funds together. So we can implement those things. Obviously, you can implement payment plans. You can also eventually partner with charitable organizations and be like, would you like to sponsor 5 women every year to go through this program? Trying a little bit of ad spend, but I would say right now, for the next 12 months, I would say save all of your revenue and slowly we'll find ways of reinvesting it into the business. And that could be, like I mentioned, hiring the next coach. It could be testing, hiring an agency to run some ads for you, and just testing things out. Once you have a little bit of capital to play with, business is all about testing this, testing that, see if this works really well, let's do a bit more of it. We tried, alhamdulillah, I've been running my coaching program for close to 3 years now. I would say 95% of our revenue, which is close to, I would say, $3 million at this stage, was all organic. We tried Facebook ads, we tried YouTube ads, we tried everything. Nothing beat the quality of the organic traffic that we got. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've given you 3 things to look into. Just to recap them, I know you've taken notes, but just as a recap, to leverage video recorded content for all of the things that are repeated in every cohort. That should take away 70% of your work, inshallah. Number 2 was to slowly identify a coach, a clone who can start taking 80% of the questions, the coaching, and only escalate things to you which are high level, complex, and more advanced. And the final thing was to
Find a good closer.
Find a closer, inshallah. And that there are some communities, inshallah, and this is the beauty of this community that we're trying to build here. If you mentioned, somebody already mentioned to me that they need a closer, I can put them in touch with 3 people straight away. And they have closed all types of stuff. For you, I would suggest to keep an eye out within your community, within your network. someone who can really be not just a closer but an actual ambassador that, look, I've done this program, it changed my life, but let me ask you some questions and see if this is a good fit for you. So yes, no more closing for you after year one. You should not be doing any of the closing. You might even want to test, what if I do a live 3-hour experience where I take this a bunch of sisters, 40, 50, 60, 100 sisters through a transformative experience to give them a taste of what it's like to work with me. And at the end, I give them an option to pay $3,000 and join my 3-month program. Test it, see how it goes. You might even find that works even better.
Inshallah. Barakallah feek. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're most welcome. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm exhausted by like the fulfillment. Oh man, next level, subhanallah. This 1 hour can literally take her to the next level. And the next level for her is not burning herself out trying to help small groups of people, but unlocking how can I actually help more people without having to do all of the legwork. But that for me is not fulfilling because of the money she can make, but because of the number of Muslim sisters who can heal from trauma, subhanallah. So I think this is the end of my day, meaning work day. So I'm gonna go home and decompress. And I hope you've enjoyed spending the day with me. Today we have been involved in a lot of different things, and you've got a taste of what it's like to, alhamdulillah, be involved in the trenches, working in the community, for the community. If you've enjoyed this episode today, let me know in the comments so me and the team who's behind all of this can keep doing more of this. It takes a lot of preparation, a lot of effort. Brother Ibrahim behind the camera has been following me around the whole day, and of course there's going to be someone else who spent hours editing this. So do let me know, because it really helps us and encourages us to keep doing more. Until the next one, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.